Hello, how is everyone doing today? I hope everyone's doing safe and well, and welcome back to another exciting episode today. So as you can probably tell from the title, today we are going to be talking all about how to make money online, staying at home, especially if you are someone who has very little to absolutely no experience whatsoever, especially because these times with every single person quarantined, staying at home, the need for money for many people, it is real. I definitely think this is going to be an insightful one, so definitely stick around and watch all the way to the end, because I really do think you're going to get something out of this, even if you just have to play it in the background, although I might once in a while show videos or images or like that, so definitely watch through. But also first, if you're new here, smash the like button and hit the subscribe button, because I make videos generally about once a week, sometimes even twice a week, all about personal development, career education, and really any kind of fun entertainment or anything that I think is interesting to really just share with you guys. And I think that there's going to be a lot of things to learn about it, so definitely smash the like button, and also it's free. Hit the subscribe and bell notification button. And maybe comment down below how everything's going, or if you have any questions going through this, because I'm always collecting ideas currently right now. Alright, let's just get the video rolling today. Okay, so the first way that we're going to talk about, if you're someone who has absolutely no experience whatsoever on how to make money online, is really through online tutoring. Now, what's beautiful about this is that if you have some particular kind of skill set whatsoever, you can actually teach other people and just show them how to do that topic. And even if you consider yourself as someone who's not really particularly good at anything, there are some topics that are so elementary that I think almost every single person watching this should be able to know or relatively teach, even if it's something like English. Right now, you are watching this video in English, so you guys hopefully know a level of English, even if it's basic math. It's a universal language, so maybe if you're someone who's from a foreign country of some kind, you guys can teach basic math, arithmetic, and you can really be able to teach people all the way from kindergarten to even old people in general. What's great about online tutoring is that most of these jobs are also pretty flexible, and the pay range is actually very varying. I think generally they say that becoming an online tutor, you can make somewhere between around maybe $10 per hour if you're teaching something very like elementary or basic, to sometimes even making like something around maybe like $70 or $80 per hour, with the assumption that you're teaching something that not a lot of people know how to do. Obviously, the more complicated thing that you're teaching, probably the more money you're gonna make. Like I know, for example, if you wanted to teach something like online, like singing or piano lessons, that might be closer to about like the $80 per hour range. But if you wanted to teach something like basic English or math, I think you can definitely pull off at least like maybe about $10 per hour. There's a couple of websites you can go to become an online tutor, depending really on what kind of subject you're looking to teach. You can even teach on YouTube if anything, but I know if you're looking to make direct money, so not to have to build up like a following of some kind, you can look into like Fiverr. I think they teach a lot of like English-based subjects. You can also look into Chegg. I think it's like tutors.com. There's a whole bunch of sites, really depending on what you're looking to teach. And if you're even able to just tutor, like let's say a 4-hour session, you can even maybe teach 4 people for 1 hour each. If you're making like, let's say $10 starting rate per hour, you can make a solid $40 for just, staying at home. And a lot of these places actually PayPal you, so you would physically also get it straight deposit, which is beautiful, so you don't have to worry, well, compared to like a regular job of like the cutting 25% tax, at least right now, to even sometimes if you teach a very niche or hard to like learn skill set, such as maybe like finance or like engineering or like something in the arts, you could even be making like something like $80, $70, $80 per hour, and in a 4-hour session bring home like over $300. I think the math comes out to like $320 if you make $80 per hour, but at the very minimum, it's a solid working job that you can do from home. Okay, so the second job that you can really look into doing is also consider becoming a writer of some kind. Now, I know some of you guys might not be the absolute best writer, but what's beautiful about this job is that there's actually so many different creative ways or creative kinds of writing that you can do. So it doesn't even have to be limited to like the traditional like writing essays, but if you're also a student, chances are you probably already like write a whole bunch of ton of like different essays. So this is the time for you to basically do almost almost the same exact thing, but have even more creativity compared to in the school environment and actually make money doing this. What's beautiful about writing is also within writing, there are also so many different kinds of niches and kinds of writing that you can get into. So you can work on writing blogs, articles, you can even be writing emails. Hopefully everyone here knows how to at least send and write emails. You could do screenwriting, you could write a podcast, an article, I mentioned that, academic, essays, you can even write like resumes. You don't even have to write. The reality is you can even become an editor or a proofreader. There's a lot of jobs out there where you can even write your own book. That's another great thing. And there are ways, actually, while that might sound intimidating, there are actually ways these days where you can actually write together your own ebook and actually just publish it online. But if you're looking to make immediate money and not have to deal with like all of the different kinds of like marketing and all that kind of stuff, you can definitely, I think, if you have some level of English, work into becoming a writer, or certainly at least at the very least an editor or a proofreader, where you just happen to have to just read other people's writing. Most of these jobs also pay by word count, I believe. So the idea is that because of that reason, if you happen to be a very fast reader or writer especially, and especially if you're writing about a very easy topic, like if you're just writing a basic email, you can easily bring home like a pretty solid amount of money. You'd actually be pretty surprised. I think I remember reading online somewhere that I think most of the time people will fit probably about like 300 to 400 words on a typical page. And typically with writing, I think most people can either charge by the hour or they could charge by the word count. And I think generally it comes out to be about somewhere between $5 to even $20 per page sometimes. So I think it's actually incredible when you really think about it, because people sometimes bang out, especially procrastinators who probably sometimes even write like 5 pages of an essay within a single day. You know, if you're able to like build up and make like even just like $10 for an essay, right? No, $10 for a page within an essay, you know, 5 times 10, a 5-page essay, you could literally be making $50 a day just by doing that. Doing the same thing that you normally would already do when you're back in school. Okay, and then the third way that you can look into making money on the internet is actually to become a transcriber. So what this is, all it really basically is that you're basically listening to people's audio recordings. You know, it could be a YouTube video, it could be a video, it could be a documentary, or it could even just be someone like talking, making a podcast of some kind. And literally your job is just to listen to other people talk and just write down exactly what they say. And I think as long as you have ears and a basic level of English, probably most people would be able to handle. If you also already like to listen to a lot of podcasts and watch different kinds of videos, it might even be perfect, because now you're basically low-key kind of, especially if it's a topic that you actually really enjoy, you could actually be literally be getting paid to do something that you probably or might have already wanted to do anyway. I think that generally as a transcriber, your pay would really vary, but I think generally it pays somewhere between about $5 to $10 for maybe like a 10-minute recording, but it really varies. I think it can be like much greater than like that. I think some people also charge by the hourly rate, but generally I think most places will probably pay you based on how long the particular clip is. But if you happen to have like, let's say a 30-minute clip, you can probably just listen to it in 30 minutes, and if let's say they pay you, let's even just say like $5, right, per every 10 minute, you literally can just maybe listen to it for 30 minutes and then spend the other 30 minutes just trying to actually transcribe and type out what they say. And then, you know, if you can get through like a 30-minute speech of some kind, you know, in an hour, 30, you know, 3, and you're getting paid about, let's just say at minimum, $5 for every 10 minutes worth of speech, you could be making $15 per hour, which is pretty solid. But if you also want to upgrade your game and even take it to the next level, the next thing you can do, and it's especially true if you are someone who is international and from a country where you might speak another language, is you might even be able to upgrade that and become a translator. And then your pay would be truly sweet relative to becoming just a pure transcriber. especially if you're transcribing in a particular language where a lot of people need your service because it's a very high demand language like Spanish, Chinese, even French. I remember reading somewhere, I don't know the exact rates, I might be able to look it up or I might put a photo somewhere, but basically I think as a translator, I think that generally you can make somewhere between like $100 to even $300 something per day if you become like a translator of some kind and you translate some very interesting block of text. And I think that if you happen to already speak another language, this could be the most perfect job for you. Okay, and then the fifth and final way for today that we're going to talk about in terms of how you can make money online with almost absolutely no experience whatsoever is to become a voiceover artist, or even simply put, just a narrator. If you can reasonably read English, which I think most people can at least read whatsoever, especially if you can talk with a lot of emotion of some kind, you're going to be able to do this job. All you really need is just to maybe learn a little bit about recording, audio technology, which I'm pretty sure the amount of knowledge you learn, you probably can literally just do it in a day. Just download a software called Audacity if you're interested in that. Learn very basic audio cleanup like techniques, which you can easily find YouTube videos and tutorials about. And also just buy like a basic classic USB microphone like the Blue Yeti, or really any of the Yeti brands if that's something of interest. But really for this, as long as you can speak English and read, and you don't even have to have an American accent, but literally even if you have a foreign accent like a British accent, an Asian accent of some kind, there's a lot of people that want to hire people to literally just talk in different kinds of accents and read their scripts of some kind. For something like this, I've seen people actually get paid somewhere between about $10 to $20 per se per page, to sometimes even like over $100 per page if you actually go pro. But I think to be conservative and fair, we're gonna say you can make probably about like $5, $10 to even $20 starting out just to read a page in the way that you normally already talk. If you become very skilled and you want to become an actual true voice actor, where you actually start to now like maybe develop a little bit of talent to like make all of these fun crazy sounds of some kind or anything like that, then that's when you would be able to make even more money and potentially even hit like $100, something like in that, per page of just reading. So anyway, for today I only wanted to cap it off of basically 5 different ways, but the true answer is that there's actually so many different ways to make money off of the internet without even leaving your house, by just staying in the comfort of your home, especially during this time when everyone's quarantined, and even afterwards when you when the quarantine and everything's lifted, if you ever just want to get a job where you don't have to like go out there and like do too much outside, especially if you're like a stay-at-home mom or you're someone that just doesn't really like to be outside in general. Because there's actually so many different ways to make money off of the internet, I'm probably actually going to even make like a part 2 or even a part 3 version of this video, so you can learn even more ways to make money off of the internet with absolutely no experience, or very little experience, as an experience that most people should either already have, or experience that you literally can just learn the skill to do the job within just like a single week. Of course, naturally, the more experience that you have and the more knowledge that you know how to do a certain skill set that not a lot of people can offer, the less competition you have and the more likely you're going to be able to make lots of money potentially doing it. But I know some of these jobs, if you actually become reasonably good, you don't even have to go like to become a total pro, but as long as you become reasonably good, you can even make like a solid like $200-300 something, sometimes even like per day, just by doing this. Now, in terms of where to go to do each of these, it actually really varies, but I highly recommend 2 websites if you're looking for a lot of these freelance based jobs. One is going to be Fiverr.com and the other one's going to be Upwork.com. I personally have actually used both of these websites, so I know them pretty well, and they're pretty cool websites. I've even used them to actually hire people to help me low-key like do a couple things. Like I think I had one help me write an essay at one point. It wasn't for school, it was just something for my own side hustle, so yeah. But I definitely recommend checking out those 2 websites, but really depending on what you want to do, there are actually so many freelance based websites. Those 2 are really probably just the most popular ones that have the most amount of freelance based jobs, especially for the kinds of jobs that I just mentioned, like writing, transcribing, translating. So really check out those websites if you're interested. But anyway, hope you guys learned something through this video, and I'm sure there's going to be lots of videos coming soon where you're going to learn even more stuff. So definitely subscribe and hit the bell notification button if you enjoyed this, so you can get notified about it and hopefully find another video interesting. And I also have made a couple other random videos in the past also. My last couple of videos were all about like the coronavirus, general like vlogs, talking about life, random like interesting topics. If that is of something that's interesting, definitely do. So maybe now that we have reached the end of this video, maybe comment down below which one you guys like, which one you guys are looking into, or maybe whatever questions you guys have in general. I'd love to just take part in some kind of conversation as always, and just to be there for you guys, because that's just me being me. Okay, thank you guys so much. Hope everyone stays safe, healthy, and until next week, take care. And thank you guys so much if you're able to stay around, because I'm always so grateful for it. Thank you guys, and see you guys next week.